Okay. So you know where we left off, right? She got in touch with the uncle. Let's listen to this.
Let's listen.
On the phone, I would say for about 10 minutes. And I first want to say just how much I liked this guy. I just had a feel like, okay, I'll be honest. I have a Caribbean bias. My former producer made it very clear to me that I have a Caribbean bias because she'd pitch me stories or like say like Rihanna did this. And I'd be like, I'm not going to say anything bad about Rihanna or like Nicki Minaj. And she's like, but I have a Caribbean bias. This guy's got a Caribbean accent. My grandma had a very thick St. Tomian accent. So it was just like, I could sense his Caribbean calm. I can't explain to you. And I could just also sense that he was being incredibly honest and forthright. And he was speaking to me. And it was actually like very, I guess I would say just beautiful in a way because he cared about this. He wanted to reach out because he cares so much about Vioris, you know, and he doesn't want whatever is going on with Kamala to make people have this perception of Vioris. And I told him right away that it was never my intention for him to get inundated. So I want to be clear. My understanding is that it's the press calling, but I want to make sure that there are no Candace Owens viewers that are going out there calling any of these relatives that are still alive.
People
because
crazy.
we can find information online, but we definitely should not be harassing her relatives who have nothing to do with her running, and in many cases don't even agree with her politics. Like this person that I spoke to is a Candace Owens fan, conservative, as many Caribbeans are conservative because, like, you know, on the islands, that it's just not a lot of wokeness. I'll leave that, you know,
praise God.
Are you gay kind of a vibe going on? You
oh
are
my
gay.
gosh.
It's a little bit more of like an island vibe.
Wow, I didn't
Anyways,
know that.
I just said to him, look, we're just trying to get questions answered about Kamala's heritage because of her father's paper. I said, I have a lot of questions about your brother, Donald Harris. I just am not understanding anything in this paper. And I went through the holes in it. I went through the fact that, you know, he mentions this person growing up, like they all kind of grew up on a farm together, but you're asking the question, like, Beryl married this person. Why is he trying to make it seem like everyone grew up as one happy family? Why didn't he even mention Vioris at all, which is kind of the dog that didn't bark? And I asked him directly if he knew the Miss Iris that he is referring to in this book, in the Miss Iris that Donald J. Harris is referring to in his piece, rather, who he says is Iris Nay Finnegan. Again, very strange, because Iris should have never been Nay Finnegan. Finnegan was her married name. And he said, I can't answer that. I don't know that name. I want to be very clear. He has a relationship with Donald. He is close with Donald. They grew up together. He considers Donald his full brother. He has no idea who Miss Iris Finnegan is. This is Donald's brother that we're talking about. So I said, okay, that's, of course, of some interest to me. I asked him why it is that he's even then mentioning this Miss Iris. And he told me that he wanted to clarify something which was of most importance to me. He wanted me to know that before Vioris and Oscar Harris got married, Oscar Harris already had 3 children. Okay. One of them being Donald. Now, to be clear, he is younger than Donald, a lot younger than Donald, so he wouldn't know much about if there was some family secret. He would not be aware of it, but to the best of his knowledge, like, this is what he was told, that they had 3 children before Vioris and Oscar got married. And I asked him, quite frankly, if he knew or heard of Beryl. He told me he does not know Beryl. Instant red flag to me.
And I just have a quick question, right? All right, you know how you just saw that, you saw that picture with her standing next to her, but then was that her, that baby sitting on her lap?
Yeah.
How old is Beryl? 800? Because the lady looked like she only had about 3 months left on that picture, and she was
old when she was a baby, and she was old.
No, she was extremely old when Kamala was sitting on her lap, and then when you saw that picture to her, she looked younger. How do you reverse that picture? Was confusing to me when I saw that. I was like, is that her brother or something? You know, is that a younger cousin? You get what I'm saying?
I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how do you not know, if you have a half sibling that you are close to and have been close to your whole life, how do you not know who their mom is? He said, I don't know who his mother is. You don't know who Donald Harris's mom is. The woman who started this
That's
entire
crazy.
thing, Beryl
Yeah.
Finnegan, like the person who just flagged me as weird, something is not right here. We now know that Donald Harris's brother does not know him, okay? Like I said, he said that Oscar Harris had 3 children before he married Vioris. He mentioned that Donald was very close to them. He also said that Oscar Harris's children all had businesses, that Donald, when he was coming up, Donald was in university. They kept very close to him. He said that Donald has always been very, very private, and he doesn't like publicity. And I find that to be very interesting. What people, yeah, sure, there are some people who are exceedingly private, and there are some people who are exceedingly private because they have something to hide.
Yeah.
And I, again, do not feel that Donald Harris was telling the truth about his upbringing. I think he gave some truths and kind of made it very murky in his Jamaican heritage piece, but some things that were objectively proven to be untrue. He told me that Kamala definitively knows Vioris, that he also knows her. She visited Jamaica twice with her father, and that's sometime after she had graduated college. She went down to Florida with her sister, and she visited Vioris. So she had a relationship with Vioris. Unfortunately, Vioris did not make her book. And I think we know why Vioris did not make her book.
Wow.
Now, I have no reason not to believe the person that I spoke to. I just felt that he was being very authentic, and he was there to simply clarify some things, and that he didn't know the answers to some things. He authentically didn't know. And if he is telling me something that is not correct, then the reason why those things are not correct is not because he's trying to lie, but it's because he is not aware of them.
Okay.
So it leads us, again, to more questions about Donald Harris. Who is this guy? Who is his mother? Where is Beryl? Okay, where is Iris Finnegan? Why won't Kamala, who felt
There's a lot of lying going on.
I guess close enough to Beryl and Iris to include them in their book, why won't she even mention them as an easy way to debunk what is being said? Why is she even mentioning the 1/8 rule? What are you talking about, Kamala?
Yeah, she talked about that.
If you're telling us that your grandmother is Beryl, she looks pretty black to us, like that would make you more than 1/8 black. What's going on here? Why are we getting all iffy on the details? We've got a couple of lingering questions here, and I'll tell you what we are starting to think about. But first, I want to remind you to drink coffee, because we are not letting go of the story. You're going to need a lot of coffee. If you're going to drink a coffee, it should be 7 Weeks coffee, because it is America's pro-life coffee company on a mission to fund the pro-life movement, 1 cup of coffee at a time. Now, why are they called 7 Weeks coffee? Because at 7 weeks, a baby is the size of a coffee bean.
Yes,
and it's the same time a heartbeat is clearly detected, providing them free. For my listeners, go to off your order. Okay, now let's get into some other leads. So we have a couple of interesting things that are happening, some things that we are exploring. Someone has found, okay, and this is, by the way, we'd be in conspiracy land. We got nothing more than like a visual, and I can say by the visual, this woman does look like the Beryl that is pictured with Kamala, that I said looks like a 60-year-old woman. I'll show you the photo right here. Okay, so somebody came across a woman who has the same name, Beryl, who is still alive, very, very, very old. Now, this woman is not at all related to Kamala, judging by who her son is and doing that sort of a thing. She's not related to Kamala, but again, she has that same name. She's still alive, and we have confirmed that she is from that same town, that same place, Brownstown, Jamaica. So we know she would have been there at the same time. And like I said, she resembles the person that Kamala is trying to pass off as her grandma. Could this be the help? Could this be a woman that they just took a picture with? We're going to explore that lead. But first, a bigger lead. Now I can send all of you guys to hunt and figure things out. By the way, I'm depressed because next week I'm on vacation, which means that we're going to have to stop this tomorrow, the last day of the investigation, before we have to pause for a week and come back after Columbus Day. But anyways, here is something that you guys can help with. So remember in Donald J. Harris's piece, he mentioned only a sister, despite the fact that he has like at least 5 other siblings. He only mentioned Enid Maud Harris. He just calls her Enid. We were able to find her because one of you guys sent us a file, and it is confirmed that Enid is the sister that Donald Harris had, which predates his Oscar Harris's marriage to Vioris. And it turns out that she is just a half sister.
Yeah.
We were able to determine this because we found her marriage certificate where both of her parents' names are listed. I'm going to show that to you right now so you can see that Enid Maud Harris got married at St. Peter's Church. This was in New York.
Okay.
And that she married a man named Hugh Ashton Watts. Okay. And you can see listed under her parents, we have Oscar Joseph Harris, and we also have Perline Curry. We cannot find Perline Curry, and we cannot find Hugh Ashton Watts. Now, both of these people would be dead today. Okay, so again, we're just asking you to crawl through online looking for documents to determine who these people are. It's like without a trace.
Okay.
We know that Enid is still alive. Obviously, Enid is very advanced in age, so do not call Enid and ask any questions. We are not okay with that. We are not here to harass elderly people. We're just looking for answers because there is a plausibility that maybe Perline Curry is his true mother that he's not telling us about. Maybe Perline Curry is Kamala Harris's grandmother and not Beryl, right? So again, we have questions here.
Ooh, it's too many.
And the fact that we can't find Perline Curry, we just want to know what race she is, what she looks like. That's really kind of the information that we're looking for. And again, a good start here.
So basically, it seems like this is possible that Vera Iris possibly could be the mom and somebody else is the grandmama. Is that what's being said?
Maybe
Allegedly, but Iris it's alleged still that she's still the grandmama. That's what allegedly that's still being said under the findings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here is you can find Perline Curry, or if you can find Hugh Ashton Watts. And we know that they got married in New York. We know that they lived at least for a short time in the Bronx. We're sending you guys out to explore those leads as we continue to try to get to the bottom of Kamala's heritage, because I personally do not accept that I need therapy, as she says. If you are even asking a question, you need therapy. No. Like I said, we are only here because you sent out your media goons to go after Janet Jackson and to try to paint her as crazy. We're only here because we have now arrived at the stage where you've gone from bringing Megan Thee Stallion out to shake her butt. You're walking out to Beyonce. You're talking about collard greens. You're dropping fake black relatives to kind of persuade people that you have this black upbringing. You're talking about Harlem. You don't get to pull a 180 and pretend that it's irrelevant.
Right.
Okay? Because you know when Trump was on stage and he said to you, look, I don't care whatever she is. Well, let me tell you, I disagree with him. I care.
Right.
I care. You've now caught my attention, okay? And common sense says to me that if any person was put in a seat and asked about their heritage and someone said, what do you think about these rumors that you aren't black? All you would do is start listing your relatives that are black and say how foolish she was.
True.
And she's not doing that.
True.
She's instead running Operation Gaslighting. And you know what? Shame on those people. Shame on Matt Barnes for not pushing her. Put her feet to the fire. You don't get to just mine black history and black pain to try to present yourself as the first black female presidential candidate.
Right.
It doesn't work like this.
Right.
It's completely unacceptable. Nobody would have cared if you ran and you said, I am Indian Irish. Not a single soul would have cared.
Right, right.
You did this.
Yep.
You did this, and we're not going to let it go because nobody messes with Janet Jackson. All right, guys, before we get into your comments, I want to remind you that this episode is sponsored by Nimi Skincare.
Yo, she shout out to, because it's about to hit the head.
You gotta get those names, because now I want to do some digging. She gave us a couple of names. I'm gonna see if I can, find those two people.
You're gonna be on Real People Search.
Do my investigative reporting, because it's like, wow.
I think it's coming to a head, and
this is deep.
I believe that if she had not have been getting ready for a vacation,
you got a zit up under your eyebrow.
I know. I put some toothpaste on it. I had one right here and then one right here.
How does one get on your eye?
Probably rubbing. But I feel like if she had not been going to vacation, I think they would have it by the weekend. This all be wrapped up on who belongs to who and who this.
Don't go on vacation yet. but yeah, I get it.
It's about to wrap up, man. It's about to wrap up, and this is locked and set and key. And I believe. Well, my question is, once it's determined, how is this going to be presented? No, the people and social media are going to push this until she responds with something.
Until some media picks it up, which will probably be Fox.
Yep. And they're
gonna be Fox.
It's gonna be Fox. It would definitely be Fox.
It's definitely not gonna be the left leaning ones.
No, it would be Fox.
CNN, MSNBC,
Sky News, all the other ones. All of them pick it up, and they would all pick it up, and then she would have to respond, and then I guarantee you it would be some. Hey, look, just because, and then they'd be like, no, but this is how you came out. If you came out and said, I'm multi, I have different race in my family, people would be like, cool. They would the black people would accept you. You still could have Megan Thee Stallion, did all the coonery, all that stuff, all that same stuff could have stayed there.
Yeah. Be who you are. No need to lie.
But when you go out and you take a big lie like this, and y'all have been covering a lie, people should not trust you in your policies or whatever you're going to come up with and tell you to do, because you're not going to hold true. As soon as this woman get in office, she's going right back to cater and the women's rights, abortion rights. I'm telling you, she might be act like she's looking at the other stuff, but that's not what she cares about.
No, she's catering to. She wants to try to cater to one ethnic group, and that's by lying about what her ethnicity is. Allegedly. So that's it. I mean, I love it. I love Candace, how she's digging, and like she said, it would have never even come out if you had not have said anything, But it's like, why even do that? Why even lie? Why even do that? Why? What's the point?
It's a big agenda behind it.
It's
a big agenda behind it. It's so much. We know. Yo, y'all keep staying tuned. What's this? I got what's that? I had toothpaste right here because Old Remedy.
I didn't even see that toothpaste. I just see the little zit.
Old Remedy for y'all to get rid of zits. I know that I don't know how this for everybody's skin, but I know for my skin that you put little toothpaste and it draws the pimple for it, so that you can go ahead and that can go away.
I used to try that, but I don't even know if it worked.
It worked for me
as a teenager.
Well, you Caucasian skin, of course. I have to,
it barely. She'd be like, steam it. Steam it
like somebody go get the iron.
Steam and get a hot rag. Steam it so it don't leave no dark spot. I'm like, I don't know. That still worked.
All right, y'all. But this is getting deeper. It's getting closer. It's getting quicker. And I believe that this is going to be sought out before election time.
Oh yeah, because time is ticking.
Then Trump be like, so is she going to explain this? I heard some good research. Some research was found from a very smart person. She's a smart one.
That's him all day. That is him. Gotta love him.
All right, y'all, man. So 2024, be more.
Talk less.
We'll see you on the next one.
Love you guys.
And bye.
Yeet.